Just kinda chillin'. Gonna be doing a little bit of the Shadowbringers post MSQ today. Haven't touched it since the last time I streamed. I have played the game. I said that I was gonna level stuff. That didn't happen. I leveled Gunbreaker a little bit, got it up to 67. Trying to get it up to 70 for some drip, but not quite there yet. I leveled up my Scholar just a little bit. Got that also up to 67. But I figure leveling will be a lot easier when I get further along. That way I've got the armory bonus. A baby. But yeah, Tutaru has been sitting here attempting to cast a spell on me for some time. You can see it. She looks like she's getting ready. If I don't talk to her soon, I think she's going to try to destroy me. And Tataru is incredibly powerful. Let's see. Shaken Resolve. Ooh, Crystarium Weapon Coffer. The Crystarium weapons, aren't they the ones from Poetics? I feel like they are. Chris, God, it's good to see you. I hope your being here means you've had your fill of rest. Yeah, I've had some rest. I've been chilling. Well, you've certainly earned it. Not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimlet Dark, and that the Empire has shown no signs of movement. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First. Great. Oh, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Philomene to join us. She'll want to know what happened in Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you on the terrace of the House of Splendors. You had me come all the way in here just to leave. Tataru, this insult will not be forgiven or forgotten. I can't believe you would do this to me. Oh, hi, baby. I'm gonna keep going. I love you. I'm gonna go all the way up here. On the balcony. Oh, I went right past them. Chris, it has been too long. Tataru did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? I was just trying to say hi before the stream, but I missed you going on. Oh, well, I appreciate it, baby. Chris, it has been too long. Tataru did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Yeah, she said that. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the First. The world in Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. I don't think I've seen Philomene since, like... I don't think I ever saw her in Stormblood. I don't think I had seen her since, Heavensward. Huh. But come, rest your feet. Tataru should be arriving shortly. One thing that this game does really well, for the most part, is something that I also appreciate that One Piece does. Where, like, older characters from, earlier on in the story, they might not be super plot relevant anymore, but you'll still occasionally check in on him. And so Minfilia chose to pass on her gift to the next oracle, this girl who Thancred named Reem. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they're quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Chrysanthemum, might I ask a favor of you when you next return to the First? To tell Reem what I cannot. To tell her, thank you. Yeah, I can do that. And I would offer thanks to you as well, for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Who is this? Oomst. Oh, it's Rio. I still don't know what you do here. Rio, I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish. Nay, I've not had a peep out of him. And it's been a good while since now. Too bloody long. On account of which, I'm gonna sneak over to the border and see if I can't get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through Gimlet now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now, I'd best be... Ah, nearly forgot. Craw's at the stones, and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She was getting ready to examine him again when I left. What's going on with the patients? We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. Yeah, what's Kryl need? Owie. I didn't even hurt that bad, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Big fat chocobo. I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of running back and forth. It seems she's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad. Voice-acted cutscene. It has that vibe.
You're here. Good.
Yay.
So, how are they? Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health.
I love Kryl's
For the
design.
present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed.
What does that mean?
Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
So we gotta get him home.
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured, Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
One second. There we go. Sorry about that. Was trying to plug my phone in and remembered that my charger's breaking, so I was ordering a new one. No rest for the righteous, eh? I don't know why I turned a little bit British.
I realize you've only just returned from saving 2 worlds, but time is not on our side.
It never is when it comes to
Where's
me.
it supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct?
Sorry if you heard that. Somebody is grinding some metal outside, so had to close my window. Yeah, we kind of saved the Exarch, so that didn't work.
Was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I, for one, am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer.
I agree.
There
He
is
put a
another
lot of
way,
work into
I'm
saving the
sure of
world.
it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the First and apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
Alright, back to Norvranth then. Now, Exarch, no dying when I tell you that my friends are, like, almost stuck. I know that's gonna be the first thing you jump to, but that's no good. Alright. Take me over here, please. Up the big stairs. You got too many stairs. I feel like the Eye of the Tiger should start playing anytime I'm running up or down him. Graha, oh, you keep your hood down permanently now. Ah, Chris, you are returned. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. But of course it wasn't. Go on. Yeah, my friends, their aether is like Rough. Their corporeal aether shows signs of instability. By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hopes that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you will be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy that we had the likes of Mistress Kryl and Master Matoya to keep our friends' bodies safe while we wrestle with the problems. They cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told. Thancred just pulls his gunblade and shoots Graha to go home. If anyone was to do it, it'd probably be him. Or I guess Ishtola. Where's everyone else? Where's Urian J and Thancred? Hey, can you stop talking amongst yourselves and include me? Oh, there's Urian J.
Pray excuse my late arrival.
You're still not the latest.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryl's findings.
Yeah, so basically your aether's all goofy, and we don't know what's gonna happen if it stays goofy.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryl is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration.
It definitely couldn't
Ere I
hurt.
begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state.
So what did you do different to summon me, correct?
I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Slap him.
Oh,
That works too.
what was that for?
Trying to throw your life away again.
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless he says so.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
What did you just...
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success. would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of his body and soul, but his personal effects besides.
True.
This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us his possessions, he could carry our souls back to the source upon his person?
Okay, this is weird.
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change. But vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on his part, and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet, were we to immure our souls within an object in his possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease. We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone, and identify a means by which they might be transferred back onto our vacant bodies.
Yeah. This is a sketchy idea.
I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us.
Emmett Selk? Any other Ascians on the
On the
first?
far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrant is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
Give me money. I have so many of those to turn in. The Grand Cosmos, that is, the place we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst thou journey thither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of White Auracite. By thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the Numo consent to lend us their aid, we will need a suitable vessel ere long. Agreed. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in the Sullen. And do be prepared for a warm reception. Pray join the others in Sullen. I shall turn my thoughts to White Auracite and apprise Thancred and Reen of our progress. So Thancred and Reen probably aren't going to be in the story for a little bit because they are part of the next raid. Where is Sullen? Oh, it's those little islands down here? I never paid attention to the name. Norvrint is beautiful at night. Although that might just be a little bit of, what's the word? Ooh, those stars are really bright. Those aren't stars, those are like full-on planets. Huh. And the music's so peaceful. I think I might try to get the first section of, like, the first patch done today. I don't know how doable that'll be, but I would love to unlock Bazja for the Shadowbringers relic weapons. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host's familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different. Which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to petition for assistance? You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. What do you mean by that? They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations. Were I them, I would be most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As would any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little time, or there is little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they would choose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Yeah, I can do that. Weapons drawn it is, then. Well, I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all of this. He just wants to adventure. Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoy the thought of fighting alongside you all, rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised, your moods invariably improve when Chris is around. What exactly are you implying? He averted a calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume him has been extinguished. It is only natural that we be pleased to see him. Yes, well, you will have plenty of time to celebrate his good health after we've finished here. Of course, then let us proceed to the palace. Gay? Yeah. Yeah. The G in Gratia stands for gay. That's crazy. I think if I'm gonna be leveling this anyway, I might as well get the Crystarium weapon. I really like the look of that sword with this outfit. Hold on. It reminds me of the manga Claymore. God, that actually looks so dope. Hold on. That's so cool. Okay. Let's queue up, and hopefully it won't take that long. It didn't take that long. Is that the black cat? Yeah, it is. How you doing, Snail? Here, I'm not sure how often you go live, but let me throw out a shout out anyway. For anybody who doesn't know Snaily, they were part of a New Year's collab at the beginning of the year, and also they were a player in one of my off-stream campaigns. Hi BC, how are you? I'm chilling. Been doing a lot of Final Fantasy. Really enjoying it. What is that? Why does it look like Jar Jar? It looks like a mutated Jar Jar Binks. I like this place, I hope you do too. We'll see. I like the vibe of it. Did I go the right way? I did. Have a good stream. Thank you. Have a good one, bud. So, a little change from last time is I now have an MMO mouse, and I'm still learning how to use it. Steampunk Wizard Jafar, you're so right. What is this samurai's weapon? Watch out, bestie. You're gonna get your ass beat. I wonder if that's a, like, ultimate weapon, because he is using the legend title. Let's see. It is Amakura Ultima. Yup. It is an ultimate weapon. Hell yeah, bestie. This place has a really cool, what's the word? Beauty and the Beast, like, animated furniture kind of vibe. I was gonna just say animated armor from, like, D&D, but there's a lot more going on here than just armor. This way? Yeah, that goes nowhere. Point them away from the party. I don't know why I keep having tiny little frame drops. I think I need to, after this, I'm gonna bring up like a, what are all the things in boxes at the bottom of your screen? Are they inventory or abilities? These are my abilities. So I've got a little 1-2-3 combo here. Why are you chasing him? 1-2-3 combo here. These are my AoEs for if I'm fighting more than 3 things. Everything else, kind of very situational. Those are the reasons that I had to get an MMO mouse. My hands are, like, they get cramped up very quickly reaching for some of the really far button combos. Am I gonna have to fight your brooms? I don't know what's happening really. They keep stopping and spinning. I thought I was safe. Let me get that one. Spinny, spinny. I wish I had some cool spin moves. Instead, I'm all dark and edgy. Paladin has some silly little spin moves. What is happening to my frames? It happens every now and then that it just like, my frames start dipping bad. I feel like this is a remake to the actual theme song for Shadowbringers. I keep hearing that We Fall in the background. It's cool seeing like all the like, I think it's called like a leitmotif, when they use like parts of one song in another song as like a little piece of background. My favorite is when they put the classic prelude in the background. I will spare you, but only this once. Now leave me be. Still you press onward? How foolish. Performance. Am I going left or right? I'm going right. Looks like we gotta kill these guys before we can even move on. So we'll kill them. Poor piggies. I've got my PC performance up on the other monitor now. So hopefully I'll be able to see what's happening. No, I don't want it down there. Still finding comfortable spots for all of my abilities. Okay, so that just spiked my CPU up to like 7 or 85%, as opposed to the 50% that it's normally at. What's going on there? Yeah, and then right back down to 50%. Huh. They keep managing to get out of my my aggro. I'm gonna live in and just get like a little bit silly. Oh, they immediately broke my living dead. So I guess I will heal back up to full. I feel like every time I use my living dead, I immediately get full healed by the healer. Lean on Shade, these cretins have sullied the sanctity of your garden. They must be dealt with. Time has come to play, my children. Hearken to my melody. Nuh-uh. What happens if I try to use the seed? Oh, it's too far away. Oh, move the seeds? Okay. They said it like literally as it was happening. I'm glad I got a little of your stream. I gotta go to work now. Well, have a good one, Snaily. I appreciate you popping in. Hope you have a good day at work. Yeah, there was no way I was really getting out of that. I was just gonna eat it. Ooh. 1 DPS down. That could be better. So, where are we moving the seeds to? We're moving the seeds out of the green. Oh, okay. Back over here. You're probably gonna die out there. No, you're good. You made it. Well, colorly impressed. Let's Living Shadow. Just me and another me beating the hell out of a plant. You know, you're catching a lot of vulnerability stacks there, bestie. One wrong hit and you're gonna pop. Grow, my children, grow. Okay, so if you're over there, then where is my mouse at? There it is. So we want to put you over here. Okay, well I stopped one from growing. Come here. Oh, okay. I guess you can also just die. That would actually be much appreciated. Gonna wait for them because they had to res someone. Follow me, silly statue. Up the stairs, please. And now I have to kill all of the copies of Bacon Bits. There is only one true Bacon Bit, and they are my friend. Using Living Dead again. Please don't immediately heal me and break it. I guess it didn't particularly matter in that instance, though. Oh, there's a lot of spooky ghosts in here for some reason. A bunch of fancy knights. Is this place meant to be Ishgard? I think that it might be Ishgard. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. Just their lord left now. I didn't take a good look at the paintings before they popped out. I wonder if it actually had them in it. That'd be pretty cool. One more down. Probably just the boss now. The Chamber of Courtly Love. You have sullied these halls long enough. Come, Lucas, our guests get one for company. Oh, you're pretty neat. I should have tried to see if that would actually be better for me. Yeah, it would be. It'd give me a small little itty-bitty boost. But that's fine. I'm already eye level synced down. How? Set them alight with your undying flames, burn bright until they are not but cinder. Will not be quenched until they have burnt something to ash. Okay. I feel like there has to be a mechanic there. I feel like we might have to, like, catch stuff on fire. Like other stuff in the building. We just pick an object, right? Okay. That's kind of the vibe I got. Don't aim his cleaves at furniture. Or we want our furniture to extinguish blue flame. Okay. So aim the cleaves away from the furniture. So probably back towards the entrance. Move away from all of those. We keep him over here so that way he can't cleave the furniture. Set them alight with your undying flame, burn bright until they are not but cinder. I'm going to set the drapery on fire. The bard didn't understand, I guess. Are you going to cleave over here? Okay, there we go. Point him over in this corner, please. Good enough. Gathering ethereal energy. Owie. I think you gotta pay attention to what side he has a sword raised on. Okay, we have some chandeliers here now. More furniture for us to target. Here comes the immortal flame. Okay, that was going to be mine, but I suppose I will go fund myself. Uh-oh, there we go. That's the right. Scorching right, so we stay on this side. Healer dead. I have a lot of mitts. Please don't hit the sofa. Yeah, we're good. How did you get up? Oh, did somebody have a phoenix down? Kind of clutch as hell. Culling blade. Scorching left. This bard does not seem to know what is going on. Okay, we've broken too much furniture. Culling blade. I think that we're okay. I don't think it's gonna happen again. I accidentally popped Living Dead. Had my finger on the wrong key. Oh, there's nothing after that. Well, we made it past literally everything you had, so now you have to talk to us.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
Why are your hands doing that? I thought you looked really weird for a pneumo.
Beckloak, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men.
These guys are so funny.
Sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
What the dog doing?
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety.
Are you talking about Tadric?
Oh, you know not what you ask of me. What horrors my knowledge has wrought.
You mean the magical plague of Vobert? Refuse all you want. We won't lie down and accept defeat.
Oh. Of all the visitors I could possibly have, they're even more stubborn than I am.
Oh. No.
Oh. Very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
I love the new Mo. They're such goofy little guys. Why is there a chocobo inside me? Oh. Is that? It's not. It couldn't be. That's not Cider Spider. No, because Cider Spider is current. That looks exactly like his Lalafell, though. Huh. I really like Cider Spider. He puts out a lot of very high quality stuff. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Beck Lug. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I have ever sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad Urianger shared his knowledge of the new Mo with us. Had he not, Becklug would not be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Oh, you can now enter with trusts. I don't particularly care about the trust system. You mustn't dally here any longer, Chris. If Becklug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. True. Back to the Crystarium. God, this sword is actually sick. I love the look of it. I will be going back to my Figment of Spring. However, for now, this is not bad. Do you have any business with the Exarch? Just say the word. Let me in. I'm the person your boss wishes he could be. Let me in. What the dog doing?
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but
Yes.
that you hail from another world as well?
I mean, it's more like my world is the world your world wishes it could
Everything I
be.
told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their songs.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you.
Nerd, no you.
Your body is your own,
Yes,
and your soul is the densest of them all.
I'm incredibly powerful.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of Vorthri and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
Eating an ample supply of belly rubs.
We'll be
Stat.
laboring for our own benefit after all.
You've spun quite a tale. But tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? You tell him, Graha. White Orisite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there's no telling what may happen to their souls within the Orisite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted, and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at Journey's End, corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their aether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why, do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I've seen their condition firsthand. Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guest to the inn, I will assist Yuri and Jay in creating the requisite oversight. I believe my talent would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Beck Look as necessary? Let us make for a meringue then. Thank you for the health package. I'm drinking caffeine, but it is not helping. I keep yawning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of the first patch tonight, like I had hoped to. So this is Halric, is it? Yes, his etheric balance leans perilously towards the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He'll become a sin eater. One moment. Alright. You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Alec was completely unresponsive before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies on the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the aether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Vobert. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sake I will break that oath. Oh, you're a good dog. It does not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. I think that just about anything would help. Soul Tonic. This potent tonic, invented by Beck Look during the time of Vobert, is said to revitalize the soul both figuratively and literally. Yeet. Todd stares blankly at you. It would seem the tonic had no effect. What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Ponil is actually responding. And Voin. Are you following me? I think someone might be following me. I feel warm in my legs. They don't feel so heavy. So, effective on 2 people, not effective on 1. An admirer or a spy, you can never tell with a Lalafell. Could be both. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function, in most of the patients at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then. 'Tis true that the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light, will no longer grow. And yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal aether. Their incorporeal aether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Calric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wait to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them, we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Give me money. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Vobert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered of the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead become my greatest shame. At least the Warriors of Light brought those responsible to justice. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal aether. Do you think it can be done? Were the skies still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the aether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar would help the patients, fine. Alphino, the water and the clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the new Mo of Plaani. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Yeah, I'm sure I can find some clay. I'm a pretty talented miner. Clay from Amarang would likely be the best. Know you of any who might be able to assist us? You'd ask the miners at Twine. I'll ask the scavengers at Mordsuk. It's closer. Scavengers, you say? Well, they may know the lie of the land, but I dare say they are more interested in the trinkets and baubles hiding in the earth than the earth itself. Now miners, on the other hand. Okay, I'll go talk to the train guys. What's that? You know the miners of Twine? Perfect. Speak with them, and you should have no trouble procuring what we need. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if aught else I can learn on the stagnation which applies to people here. Or which afflicts the people here. Okay, I'm going to Twine. Is there a tiny blue chocobo following me? I don't see one. Oh, I guess I could have just teleported to Twine, but I'm already halfway there. Hi, Magnus! I heard a bird. I can't stop thinking about that giant talus we built. Can you imagine what I could do with a matching trolley? I feel like it feels like a waste not to build one. I love Jarek so much. Chrysanthemum. Well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the trolley, or the Talos and trolley you lot took to Nabatharang. The trolley was no problem, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man that Chai knows. He seems pretty keen on the idea I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley! But Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Chrysanthemum didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? Clay. Give me clay. I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or another, just waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biran mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Give dirt. Is it this way? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 quests until I unlock Bazja. I'm gonna try to get there tonight, and if I can, then I'm gonna end stream and go grind boss shit. If not, however, then we'll just see what happens. There we go. Oh, a single coyote. I'm going to use everything I have on this coyote. Somebody is teasing Emma. Poor girl. She don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Batty Longlegs is a crazy name for a Fae. She's so angry somebody's messing with her. You know, to be fair, I'd be all grumpy too. She doesn't even have opposable thumbs. She can't even open the door herself. Hello, dog. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it? You have the clay, you can take it. Wonderful. We need but to combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Becklug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possessed the requisite skill, yes. However, can the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. There's a chance this spell could do that. I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are a few in all of Norvrant more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Chris? Very few, but if aught should go awry, I'll see what I can do. Is that a challenge? Well, I'll be damned if I let it come to that. Then we are all of a mind on the matter. Alice shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
Big ball.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
Like all the ones you had in your home?
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
Silly little pig fairy.
There we are. How's that?
Awful. I have no idea what that is. That's terrible.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Did you know Twitch can go as low as 160p? I did not.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
Oh, whoopsie. It started autoplaying for a second back there, so I thought it was on autoplay.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Polxie's image steady in your mind's eye. Now,
Please turn it into
as I
that.
taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Okay. Please be something awful. Oh, hey, it's Bacon Bits.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Angelo. Something's happening. Oh, I think he's okay. Or at least a lot better.
Mother,
He's back to just being stationary. You good? That's better. How is he, Becklook? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the Invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Orosite. Like an envelope. You can push the envelope all you want, but it's still stationary. Ooh, that was a good one. That physically hurt me to read. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beck-Lug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body. That a person then becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu! Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? He's like a Mord, but he's not. I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. And of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should head to the Crystarium with Beck-Lug to see if you can make some headway with their newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium, then. Finally, I found you. Who are you talking to? Oh! How you doing, Kaishir? Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to come and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone, then. Go on, it's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beck-Lug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore's at stake. I don't know if I believe her. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Does not to keep her waiting, eh? Let me teleport. Thank you. Okay. I don't see her. I don't see her anywhere. I know I've got to talk to you, but I expected to at least see her here. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. That's what I'm saying. Probably pacing around outside, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Strange, let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Over here. Are you outside? There you are.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
Where is he?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
That's no good.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility.
Yeah, I could see that.
Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice.
He's having more self-doubt.
Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
You want the honest answer, or do you want me to, Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give you an honest answer. I don't know, but whatever it is, he won't have fled. I think he ran away.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
Well, trust in us. We'll go find him. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Let's split up and look for clues, gang. Master Chai. Why yes, I spoke with him recently. Though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Valthry's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Your exchange with Moen has taught you about the stagnant rate of business in Yulmore. Resplendent Tool Exchange. Obsolete Resplendent Tool Exchange. Resplendent Tool Exchange. Huh. I can get a cool hammer. Ooh, it glows. In the buttress and in the derelicts. Go to the Glory Gate. Hello? Are you good, bestie? The burgling lark's harder than I thought. Are you trying to steal? Alright, villain. I'll get you. Better hope you stay up there. Cornan? Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something out amiss? When at last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while, about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Valthry, and finding General Banjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I proposed replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Calusia as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man and woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. And last but not least, we have the derelicts. Eh. What's up, Hath and Bet? I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be sure we give him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself. Something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was headed for Gate Town when I last saw him. Okay. We're making a little bit of progress. There's Alpha now. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything that might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? I have found 3 clues. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the Bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? Probably to right. Anyway, I am going to be right back. I just saw that something has been delivered, and I want to go grab it. There. I'm back. I had gotten a package of little V8 energy drinks. I had found some at the grocery store I work at, but they were a different flavor than what I had tried and really liked before. And I gotta say, I am let down. They are not as good as I remember. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern, not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical, then, that having consulted those within the city walls, he wished to do the same to those without. Chris, if you would make inquiries in right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to be his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us would have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we would be well situated to continue our search. Yeah, I get the feeling that we're going to find him in that one place that's like where all of the people who didn't get into Yulmore or got kicked out of Yulmore went. I think that's where we're gonna find him. What's it called? Amity, that's right. I know it's just right around here, but I don't feel like navigating all these alleyways. Soft-faced... Excuse me? Excuse me? Do I still have a job that's equipped with this one? I don't. I have a glamour plate that's almost exactly this. Or, well, this top, and I think those gloves. I had wanted to use it for my, like, crafting jobs, and then leave this chill one for my, gatherers. But I guess I forgot. Anyway. Hail, Sinner. Well met. Come to join in the new, and by new I mean old, training? Excellent. Truth be told, interest has been rather less than enthusiastic. In case it's not bloody obvious, we're all of us struggling to adapt to the new normal. When we wake up one day and realize half the life decisions you made weren't your own, it's hard to adjust. None can deny that we need a peacekeeping force to maintain order and defend against outside threats. Unfortunately, we're short on motivated recruits, and the ones we've got, only a handful are up to snuff. Anyway, it's all very much a work in progress, and one we're hoping warriors like you can help us with, even if only by taking part as a guest. Draw attention to what we're trying to get off the ground, you know? This isn't the quest I thought it was. You fooled me. I was wondering why it had me go right out there when they were talking about going to right. Hello, Sir Hastelot. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather daffy-looking Mistle gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to the promise of meal and a chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I didn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and are curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Chai knows, was it? And I'm sure the others had said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Okay, now we're going to Top Road. Can I just fly all the way up there? I sure hope I can. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna let you get this close and then stop you. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Kai Shear and I glean much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia. The only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we're quick, we may yet catch up with him. This way? What job are you? Are you a sage? You are a sage. What kind of a weird glim is this? Like, it's not... Weird's the wrong term, but... Wake Doctor's white coat? Probably in the bar. Oh, there he is. He's behind a building. Oh, I just watched it back and you definitely see him for a second. Chris, Alphino, Kai Shear, what are you doing here? I'm gonna ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. I suppose she could have overlooked it. And when she gets an idea into her head... I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai. But since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you've been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia. That much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see, and you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed. The people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such foresight is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We believe in you, Master Chai. No, whatever you need, you can count on us. He doesn't take one-on-one encouragement well. I don't know what to say. Say you'll take the job. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I've ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore. But that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble, or a boil more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days on a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot at Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit. A lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let's press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I am here. To find the one with experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly? And why are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon's his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Valtry's father when he was in office. Uh-oh. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs him more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him, here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting our overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal then. As I recall, you made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. He's the one I thought we were here for. When I saw his name, I thought for sure it was going to have the little thing over it, but I guess not. Greetings, friend, and to you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask about Rendon? I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Valtry gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we might build a better Yulmore together. And that is still my wish, but given how abnormally you were mistreated here, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Valtry's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. You desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yulmore's past. It's quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying, he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course. And prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change? I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when you left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well, to Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. What about a perhaps? Where is Pit 8? Oh, this is Pit 8. Hello there, Rendon.
Well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
Stand up for yourself, Chai.
I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Valtry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
That's me.
Are they now?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness. but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
It is a good question.
I can offer no simple answer to that question.
Then don't make it a simple one. Explain.
But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. Seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us.
And a boy.
The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that.
Let's go.
But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems. But first, I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Alright. He's actually shaping up to be a decent, like, I wouldn't say a decent leader yet, but he has ideas. Let's go. Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems of Yulmore. The problems that Yulmore now faces. I assume you'll agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes. Meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not likely to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. My answer would be to have the people of Derelict try to offer them jobs working in a right to rebuild the farms. A combination of measures seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another, that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinos. I have? Well, that's a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos, but Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a steady supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. We're probably going to have to go back to Twine. I can't think of anywhere else that is going to have the huge amount of resources. Not necessarily like huge resources, but definitely enough to get a few Talos going. Rendon's right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. Oh! They'll need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. That's actually huge! There, yeah, I can see literally 3 Talos from here. Just shut 4, 5, 6. Just shut them down real quick. God, there's so many, actually. They'd be able to rebuild farms in no time. I guess that would be a much better answer in the short term. And then we can find jobs for the people later. Thank you for the sippy, by the way. Ah, the old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with a dastardly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in a Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. That as may be, Kai Shir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread, truth be told. I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labor. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kai Shir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I would need you to alert me when it's safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Oh, God. Good, then let's be off to the quick way. Through the north gate, and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. Here. Keep a lookout for danger and alert China's. Sure, I can do that. Perhaps it'd be best to approach from the rear. Probably. Oh, it's Bacchus turned. Okay, go. Go. Did you get it? Hey, there it goes. A honk me. Hi. I did it! I did it! Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? Ooh, these guys are gonna be annoying. Okay, they've turned around. Now they turned around. Go, go, go! Throw it and then run like a motherfucker, because those things are about to turn around. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. It looks like it. He's doing a good job. You may leave the next one to me, Chris. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you're getting too confident. Or maybe not. That should do it. Now we should have all we need to proceed. He did pretty good. Attaboy, he leveled up. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. They don't look perfect, they're all cracked, but they'll do for the time being. I did it. Why do you look so pissed? Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains, I am wholly ignorant in the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands, would you not agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai's worried sick. Very intense elevator music.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise?
We probably should have sent one of us ahead.
Run away, Talos! Call the guard!
Yeah, we should have sent one of us ahead to give a warning that Talos are coming through.
Stay back! All of you!
Is that...
Would have been cool if he was riding on the back of one.
You're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
The nearest way I got!
And then he died. Oh no!
dear.
The wound is too deep and refuses to mend.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does
Yeah.
that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Let's go. Not again. Not again.
Please.
To be honest, that is exactly what I need to crack my back right now. That looks like it would make me feel so much better. It was quite a reception, one Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Telos has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Yulmore... Sorry, there was a runaway Goobu and it spooked me. Once word is spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. No need to fret, Chris. I've never felt better. And not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded. They are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kai Shear, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gate Town and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I'll let the guards know not to bar the way to Valthry's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see through to the bitter end, eh? The doorman to the Crown Lift will show you up. Speak with Chad and... What's up, bestie? Ah, yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions, free and bonded, citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, sir.
Go on, dear.
Ooh. Hey, I goofed. I noticed that my PC was a couple minutes behind, like my timer was behind. So Ooh, hold on. Please wait to log in again. Yeah, I screwed it. I screwed it up bad. Might have to fully restart my game. Yeah, I'm gonna restart my game. Apologies, y'all are gonna be seeing absolutely nothing for a minute. Because I goofed. I didn't think that changing the time on my PC would yeet me from the server. But I got tired of it being a couple minutes behind, and I kept seeing it while I was, because I have, like, the local time and the Eorzean time down there. Oh no, I really goofed. That's so funny. So yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. While we load in, I'm gonna go and ask what anybody wants for dinner, and I might stop to order something, since I have a little bit of a queue to get through. I'll be right back. I lied. Chad, and take me up, please.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? 'Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthree's rule.
True.
Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthree. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today.
He's doing good.
Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
You know, all things considered, pretty good speech. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all this, it is that change begins with the individual. 'Tis but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be an honor and privilege to help them walk this road we've chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which the city stands. I mean, if you're the mayor, it kinda is. Like, that's entirely up to you. You can do that. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It's too big, for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Oh, from the derelict. Ah, yes, of course. Hathenbet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech, but there's folk outside these walls that don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow. And more who are counting their crumbs. If you have a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Chris. I hope to see you again before long. Yeah, I'll be around. I still have a whole other expansion before the story's over. I'll be around. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmor's future was secured, but it's clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. I have every confidence that they will find their way, and I believe it's time we went on ours. Let's work on getting home. Well, getting you guys home. I can go home whenever I want. So Alphinaud's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. The paradise is gone, but something better is taking its place, and I reckon I want to be a part of it. This Yulmor for the people Master Chai has been going on about ain't gonna build itself. Not that I'm all that much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before, and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Don't behave yourself. Oh, you're not the story job. That's the one I needed. Truly, to see Kai Shir thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. Yet however much I may wish to stay here and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmor, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Maybe Becklock's studies have borne fruit in our absence. God damn, he's zooming. Let me in. Oh, I have a message. No, I don't. I need to turn off notifications for this server. Welcome back. We're given to understand that the situation in Yulmor has something. Oh, that China's the new mayor has taken office in Yulmor. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote, and after some considerable soul-searching, chose to accept the post. It's a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing for the White Orsite? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference, concluded at length that White Orsite was ill-suited for our purposes. But Irian-J, did you not say that, compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone would be able to house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we were with Becklugg's invaluable insight, it would indeed prove a trifling matter. were we to disregard the inviolable link twixt mind and soul. A link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as Orosite doth require. Thus in the shedding of these fleshy simulacra, and the surfeit of aether which compriseth them, would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into the Orosite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process. Which is why we have abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. And we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories in the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Chrysanthemum, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doga and Unai? I speak of the royal eye of the Allegan imperial line. Gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans, it is by this gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep it, mind and soul, together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of our soul. It is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wheresoever it leads. We're going to go into soul crystals. That's not a bad plan. While we are thus engaged, I think it best that Chris returns to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made progress of a sort. And I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Rain, and to assist where I may in their investigation of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you? Yeah, of course I will. Alright. Back to the source. Alright. That's Slathborn. He might be the homie, but don't need him right now. Chris, you're back. How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Kryl will be here shortly and she'll want to hear too. She's just tending to the others. Their bodies, I mean. God, I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, you can tell us everything the moment she gets here. Upon speaking with Tataru, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
I mean, we're trying to figure it out. It's not going super great.
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it.
Yeah, shame it didn't work.
Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
Hmm? I'm back. How you doing, Mistinian?
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Hey, you know.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar.
Mm-hmm.
Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead.
Yeah.
But his soul lives on. And he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvas.
He just kicks in the door to the Rising Stones.
Nor did the surprises end there. For no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
Yeah, he ain't surviving that. I forgot about that. Gaius, you ain't winning those. Oh, you live, though. Honestly, that's impressive. I've seen him in action, his body at least. You will not best him alone. Nay, death will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me, then by all means. But what good it will do? The Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. Ooh, God. Okay, Xenos, you don't have to show off. Hey yo, what kind of team-up attack is this? Casual LB3? Ah, the simple pleasure of one's own flesh. Truly there is no place like home. Abomination. Whatever he is, Chrysanthemum was barely a match for him. If we stay here much longer... Emperor Varus, your radiance. Are you alright? We may wear out our welcome. Oh, God. Oh, your radiance. No. Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled? The world conspires against me, but I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Xenos? Oh, he learned how to do Asian stuff. Well, any bright ideas? Just one. Yo. Gaius went easy on us. Your radiance. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. Well, you didn't do that very well. So Xenos learned how to teleport. That's possibly the worst thing that could have happened there. I am amazed that they made it out alive. Oh, I'm playing as Justinian. Sky Dragon died. I do so much damage. There they are. Stop them. Or don't. You know, it is an option. You could think for yourself. Yeah, Gaius was holding back when we fought him in the Praetorium. I don't think we could have taken him if he was able to do that kind of stuff. I was wondering when the Imperial Guard would appear. Focus on the Magitech armor first. And here's one of the twins. Anya, on my mark. I think not. Blast him. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, I got stopped. We make ourselves easy marks by moving together. I suggest we split up. Alright then, I'll take the low road, so to speak. I'll see you outside. Stay safe. Is it this way? I'm gonna assume that I just keep going through the open doors. Well, someone's been busy. Oh, it's the Ultima weapon. And who's that? What? Volatile prototype Arc Ultima. And you would bar my way, would you? So be it. Come, Nidhogg. Lend me your strength. Alright, well, we're fighting... Okay, hold on, I have new moves. Column 1, Dragonlance, Horrid Roar, which is an AoE, and Star Dive, which is an AoE. I also have Dragon Shadow Dive on my hotbar. Shadow of the Dragon, drawing on power inherited from Nidhogg. Uh-oh, here comes the theme. We haven't much time. I said ready the battle data, damn you. Now loading data sample 14. You would bar my way, then you will feel the fury of Nidhogg. Do my silly little scream. Kill that last one. Now it's just a one-on-one again. It's not working. Ready another sample. The one taken from Castramavania. Loading data sample 12. I couldn't help but notice the different, like, font style there. Was that Final Fantasy XII's font style? Because that'd be pretty cool. Increase generator output at maximum. Activate the Magitech field. Full power. Ooh, okay. Don't like that. It works. It works! Arc Ultima is unstoppable. Unstoppable. We shall see about that. Nidhogg, show them your fury. Oh, yeah, you're done. There's not really any surviving that. We should just make sure to impale the dude on his back, too, in my opinion. Guardians and their Machina. Now, where are you guys?
Are you all right?
Yeah, we good.
Peer into my past, did you?
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours. But no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces.
Yeah.
Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware. Though we still know next to nothing, it can't hurt to be vigilant.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I really try not to. That was one time. Hey, try not to get, like, possessed by a dragon, my guy. Because that was more of an inconvenience.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Beck Lug can manage without you. They've got enough scions to help them, if you ask me. There we go. As we finish patch 5.1. Oh. Meanwhile in Garlemald, oh no. Traitors. You would dare... Oh, hold on. Anyway, traitors. Onward, before the day is done, victory shall be ours. Xenos. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think I find it amusing, like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse? Hi, Elidibus. I thought for sure you were gone. That your soul is... Who are you? Oh, you're not Elidibus. Your outfit looks rad. Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. A hunting dog, if you should wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Zodiark. Meanwhile, in Yulmore on the 1st. Did you hear? The mayor's reopening Daedalus Stoneworks and they're looking for laborers. There's talk of resetting some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying out on free Talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free Talos? We'd best get packing. Steady work, board, and lodging? If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what is. He is working hard to make sure everything is all good to go. Artbert? Hope. Artbert! Why aren't you invisible? Yes, so long as I lived, I would see that feeble flame rekindled. What do you mean, Wayward Warrior? That's Artbert. That's young Artbert? He didn't have the beard. It is my destiny to see our dream fulfilled. Now, well, with patch 5.1 down, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream there. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching.